Okay, let's take a look at our first grammar point for today. But before we start, I want to review something just a little bit. これはお弁当です。お弁当。どんなお弁当ですか？これはお母さんが作ったお弁当。お母さんが作ったお弁当。So what kind of お弁当 is this? It is the お弁当 that my mother made. The お弁当 that my mother made. これはリンゴです。どんなリンゴですか？私が食べるリンゴ。So what kind of apple? The apple that I'm going to eat. これは本です。どんな本ですか？机の上にある本。So the book that is on top of the desk. 机の上にある本。So these are the noun qualifying phrases that we talked about in 2040. So our way to add more description to a noun, even with a verb. So we can say the obento that my mother made, the apple that I'm going to eat, the book that is on top of the table. So we do this by taking the verb that is the description, the phrase that is the description with the verb, and putting it right before the noun. ですね。So what kind of お弁当? The one my mom made. And when we put this description, the description is going to be in the short form. お母さんが作ったお弁当。私が食べるリンゴ。机の上にある本。Okay, so let's take a look at one specific way that we can apply this sort of noun description. この魚の名前はフグです。この魚の名前はフグです。これはフグという魚です。フグという魚です。この花の名前は朝顔です。これは朝顔という花です。朝顔という花。こちらの先生の名前は山田先生です。そう、この方は山田先生という先生。山田先生という先生。この映画の名前はゴジラです。これはゴジラという映画。ゴジラという映画。So these are all sort of noun descriptions of the kind that we talked about when we were talking about noun modifying clauses. So these nouns are being modified by this short form phrase that comes right before them. And this という basically means like to call something by a certain name. So it's the same you as like と言っていました。You said something. You call something by a certain name. So, what do we think? So this is the fish that is called fugu. These are the flowers that are called asagao, like morning glories. This is a teacher that is called Yamada Sensei. This is a movie that is called Gojira. So, some kind of name, という noun ですね。So this と is like our quotation particle, and the you is like it's called. So altogether, it's modifying this noun. So we would use this at a time when we are introducing somebody, or some sort of object or some sort of place. We are introducing their name, to a person who doesn't know, what they are called. So this is a fish that's called fugu. There's a flower that's called asagao. I studied under a sensei who is called Yamada Sensei. Recently I saw a film that was called Gojira. So, just like with the noun modifying clauses that we talked about before, we can put these into any kind of sentence. So, for example, 天むすというおにぎりを食べたことがありますか? So, 食べたことがありますか? Have you ever eaten 天むすというおにぎり? An onigiri that is called 天むす. Tenmusu is the name of this kind of food. Or, モスバーガーというレストランで照り焼きバーガーを食べました。So, I ate the teriyaki burger. 照り焼きバーガーを食べました。Where? モスバーガーというレストラン. At a restaurant that is called モスバーガー. 風立ちぬという映画を知っていますか? So do you know the movie? What movie? 風立ちぬという映画. The movie that is called 風立ちぬ. So one thing that I do think people have a little bit of difficulty with when it comes to this, this noun という item structure. So this is used, this part before the という, this is really for the names of things. So one thing that I see a lot of people kind of struggle with in the homework is that they'll say they'll just put a description. So they'll say 面白いという本を読みました. That doesn't make sense unless the title of the book is 面白い. So it's not just a description, it's telling us what it's called, what the name of it is. So make sure that the part that you have before という when you're practicing this on homework is the name of the thing that you're talking about. Okay, so now that we've gone over that, see if you can complete some of the activities below.